Chainsaw Man's anime adaptation is something that I've been waiting for a very long time, and ever since I read the series back in 2020, I was pretty much nervous as I didn't know how Mappa would be able to take on a series like Chainsaw Man. A series that can be ridiculously hilarious and horny in one second, to raw and horrifying the next. But once the trailer started to come out, and watched the first episode back in October 11th, all the concerns and worries that I had absolutely vanished. From the music, the animation, and the adaptation itself, Mappa undoubtedly showed what a passion project looks like. Strap on in everyone, cause in this video, we'll be diving in as to why Chainsaw Man's anime adaptation is indeed a masterpiece. I want to begin this section by saying that Tatsuki Fujimoto is an amazing artist. His paneling makes the series easy to read, but what makes it stand out is how rough his art can really get. With all of those things in mind, I was very skeptical of Mappa's ability to keep the quality of animation up while the series progressed, and I'm definitely glad to say that I couldn't have been more wrong. Despite a few iffy moments in like episode 1 with Denji's chainsaw form, and the scene with the ghost devil being eaten by the snake devil, the animation is just simply out of this universe. The amount of love and care that Mappa put into these high action scenes is straight up insane. Even at its worst, Chainsaw Man looks better than a lot of other series out there, and this wouldn't have been made possible if it wasn't for Mappa bringing their absolute A game. What surprised me the most regarding its animation is how consistent it has been throughout the whole season. Apart from the bombastic action sequences, the quiet moments of the series aren't left out either. Aki's morning routine scene was so well animated that it's beyond me why Mappa decided to go this hard. All this to say, Chainsaw Man's animation is just something else, and because of that, the show looks amazing throughout. As far as the adaptation itself is concerned, Mappa set an unbelievably high bar for the next works moving forward. The way that the episodes are presented doesn't feel like I'm watching an anime anymore. It feels like I'm watching a film. The way that scenes transition from one to the other are seamless. The cigarette plate transition in episode 7 genuinely was one of the best transitions I've fucking witnessed. Another factor goes to Mappa being able to set the tone and atmosphere right. The scene with Aki and Himeno meeting for the first time genuinely looks dreadful. This wouldn't even be a possibility if it wasn't for Mappa being able to set the tone, making the atmosphere dark, and having seamless transitions that emphasize on their facial expressions. But this just doesn't stop there. The camera work is absolutely phenomenal. With scenes like Denji trying to open the door back in episode 1, Denji, Aki, and Himeno running away from the Eternity Devil, and the train scene with Makima, these moments were high-end compared to their manga counterparts because of how dynamic the camera work is. The best example of this and the scene that I want to focus on for a quick second has to go towards the Makima train scene. A devil hunter walks towards his seat next to Makima, and as he does, the camera follows him around sideways. As he sits down, the camera only leaves a small bit of space behind Makima's head. And then all of a sudden, bang! Both Makima and the devil hunter get shot in the back as well as the front. Just for perspective, the manga not only showed the shooters, but the devil hunter didn't even walk towards his seat. All these additions as well as the changes that was done to this scene absolutely trumps everything the manga had to offer. Sorry Fujimoto. The action scenes also benefit from this too. From Denji versus the zombie devil, Denji versus the bad devil and leech devil, and possibly the best looking fight, Denji versus Katana Man's first round, even with the usage of CGI, the camera work absolutely compensated for it. Even Kobani's long-awaited moment was heightened because of how dynamic the camera work is. But the scene that absolutely blew me away was the lead up to every devil hunter getting shot. Seeing the shots of the environment like the flowers and cars going around in the street to all of a sudden seeing citizens pulling out guns all over the city was just something that felt bizarre, and that bizarreness was conveyed absolutely perfectly. Even though I have been praising Chainsaw Man this entire video, this is where I lay my criticisms. The biggest one being the removal of the information regarding how fast the gun devil really is. This is straight up extremely important and gives into context how much of a problem the gun devil is. And to see it removed kinda sucks, to be honest. And even though it would have been extremely difficult to pull all this information on the screen in the actual episode, I wish Mappa would have tried something. Also, the fight with the Muscle Devil back in chapter 2 is something that I would love to see, but sadly didn't make the cut. But in a weird, odd way, I am kinda glad for these removals because that lets me know that Mappa is not just simply copy and pasting the manga. They have their own vision of the story and they're running with it, while at the same time being faithful to the source material. Even if there are a few decisions that I might not like in the future, I can absolutely respect Mappa's commitment with how they're handling Chainsaw Man. The music that is playing in the background is Living Room by Kensuke Yoshio, the composer of Chainsaw Man. When I first heard the name Kensuke Yoshio, I quickly and immediately went to see what series has he worked on, those series being A Devilman Crybaby and the movie of A Silent Voice. I was a bit nervous as I didn't know if Kensuke Yoshio was indeed the one that would replicate the feeling that Chainsaw Man gave me back when I read it 2 years ago in music form. But once I heard this OST play in the first trailer back in 2021, all of my doubts on this man vanished. This song, as well as many others in the soundtrack, have a feeling that I cannot even put into words. But the thing that I can say though is that this song generally feels like Chainsaw Man. I know that many anime onlys at this point of the video are like, man, this is an alright song, bro, it's not that deep. And I would agree if I was an anime only, cause surface level this song just is pretty alright. But the feeling that this song invokes won't be touched until like season 2 or 3 content. Even though this song is being overlooked right now, I'm telling y'all when season 3 comes, this song everybody collectively go back to, trust me. But there is a certain song out there that took me by absolute surprise. A song that without it, it wouldn't have made a certain moment my favorite in this whole season. Edge of Chainsaw. Denji versus the Bad Devil is a fight that will be overlooked by many because of Katana Man in the, the finale and in the later seasons with bigger fights. But this fight honestly brought me the most goosebumps by the end of it. And that wouldn't have been achieved if it wasn't for Edge of Chainsaw playing in the background. After Denji survived an air blast by the Bad Devil, when the Bad Devil sees Denji's back alive, he becomes afraid of him. And as he tries to attack, all of his efforts are futile as Denji just completely and utterly wrecks him. And when Denji lands the deciding blow as he completely shreds him, Denji lands on his feet, then the Bad Devil lands on his back with his guts spilled out, and then his blood starts raining upon them. And we get what is in my honest opinion the greatest shot of this entire season by far. Oh, while the final instrumentals of Edge of Chainsaw plays in the background leading to the ending. None of that would have worked nor had near the same effect if it wasn't for Edge of Chainsaw. I rest my case. To finalize this video, Chainsaw Man's anime adaptation feels like Mappa put their whole back into this. No stone was left unturned by these guys. And as someone who was waiting for 2 years to see this amazing story come to life in animation, a story that helped me at a time where I was at my lowest emotionally. Even despite its flaws, Chainsaw Man's anime adaptation is indeed a masterpiece. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please hit the like as well as subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Especially since 2023 is going to be a year where I'm going to be pushing out a lot of content for you guys. Comment down below your thoughts on Chainsaw Man Season 1 as a whole. I am definitely intrigued on you guys' thoughts, especially those who have not read the manga at all. I can definitely feel that you guys are extremely overwhelmed by this season for sure. But I have to let you know right now that this season was the easiest to go through, because we only go down from here. And with that, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. See you guys next time.